Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a new expo center opens at the World Market Center. This, along with many other grand openings in Ward 5, means a new era in our city for sure. Here to discuss these topics and a whole lot more is the councilman who represents Ward 5. You know who it is, Mr. Cedric Crear. Welcome back.
Hello, Mr. Riggleman.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm excellent.
You have been a busy guy.
And it seems like 6 weeks goes by before we meet again.
I know.
So many things take place within that 6 weeks.
It's so true.
You know, people always say to me, how do you have time to do everything? And I just say, look, if I could schedule it, I can do it. And we just have to get back out and keep pushing forward.
You are. We're going to talk a lot about that. A lot of grand openings, one after the next. Really exciting because this past year's been rough. And to see people opening new things and getting us kind of back on track, it just lifts your spirits.
It is. Well, it lifts up the spirits of so many people. You know, there's that sentiment that people don't want to work for some reason, but there are a lot of people that do want to work.
Absolutely.
They want to, they want to get back. They want industry to get going again. They're tired of sitting at home. I had a conversation with a person last night. He says, look, I'm tired of this. I want to get back to work. And I think there's a huge contingency group that wants to get back to work and get going. So when these openings happen, coming out of the pandemic, it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It really is. Well, you know Ward 5 very well. You're born and raised there. And it's the area of town that you cover. If you're not exactly sure where it is, we're going to show you right on the map. It's right there in the heart of it all, where the 5 is. It incorporates some of our downtown, but then runs kind of along US 95, follows it to the west and to the north. If you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And of course, if you're a resident there, you are represented on the city council by Mr. Cedric Crear. And part of what's in Ward 5, of course, is the 61 acres, Symphony Park, and the World Market Center. And this is really exciting because this is a long time coming. They've talked about building an expo center there, kind of a smaller convention center. Finally happened. You posted this on Facebook. You said, yesterday, I had the honor to cut the ribbon on the World Market Center's Expo Center. And I remember when you and the mayor and others were at the groundbreaking. It seemed like not that long ago, and here you are at the official grand opening now.
You know, World Market Center, congratulations to them. They're an organization which I really love. They say what they're going to do, and they do it. And they did this, and even through COVID, they continue to push forward in its opening. It's funny we say that it's a little small expo space, but it's 315,000 square feet.
I know. It's not like the convention center, but it's going to bring in some big conventions,
It is going to bring in some big convention centers, convention shows. They hosted a craft show, home show just this past weekend, which is great. And it was great to be with the mayor, great to be with the team at World Market, and they're just a great group of people. And I just thank them for choosing downtown to bring in such a world-class industry. It's not just, you know, you got to realize, they didn't just build a facility. They brought in an entire industry that was not coming to Las Vegas. And so they really changed the course of how furniture is purchased and furniture is viewed throughout the world. And here they are expanding on that. So we really appreciate them. Yeah,
for people who aren't familiar, not only are they going to have the furniture mart there, but then now they're going to have this convention space, which is huge for downtown because that means people are going to stay close to the site. They're going to stay downtown. It's great for properties like Circa and all their others downtown.
No doubt about it. You know, and it ties into the other. And so because of the fact that World Market Center was continuing to build their expo center, it helped that Marriott is going to continue to build on their AC Marriott. It helps that Southern Land is still going to build their apartments that are coming there. It helps that Aspen Group is going to continue to build their apartments that are coming in. And so it all helps. And then we're going to create that that walkway that lands into downtown. To bridge that gap over the railroad tracks, which will help. And it just helps everybody. When Circa opens up the Plaza, the Downtown Grand, El Cortez, it all helps to bring more industry back into the downtown corridor. Downtown
is cool. If you haven't been in a while,
I agree.
You got to check it out. It's time to do it.
There's a lot of different bars and restaurants that are continuing to open as well downtown. And it is a place to be. If you haven't been down to downtown lately, I urge you to come down and check it out because it really is a cool spot. It's a good word for it. It's cool.
Speaking of bars and restaurants, this is great. The grand opening of the Westside Oasis Bar and Restaurant. Not as big as the Expo Center.
Yeah, not quite.
But still a cool place too.
It is. I would say just as equally impactful, especially for the historic West Side. It's on the corner of H and Lake Mead. It used to be the old Seven Seas. Rest his soul, Lewis Connor, who owned that facility for a number of years. And they came in, they revitalized it, they modernized it. It's beautiful. Terry and his wife came from Hawaii, actually. And
You told me that.
And here's another group that I'm so happy for, because once again, they said they were going to do it, and they did it. And
in a pandemic, by the way.
In a pandemic, the city helped them along the way with license insure. They got some VIP grants from the RDA. And so I'm really happy for them, and I'm proud of them. The place is great. If you haven't been by, check it out. Great food, great drinks and libations. It's a good environment, good music. And so it's a really nice facility to go check out. Right in the heart of the historic West Side.
H and Lake Mead.
H and Lake Mead.
Easy to get to. So that's really cool. And hey, there's more. We have another grand opening. C's Candy opened on Durango. Hey, small business is the backbone of this country.
It is.
So here we go, another place open. And who doesn't like candy?
Yeah,
too,
tell me about it. Who doesn't like C's Candy? Look, I'm a person that grew up on C's Candy, right? When you went to prom or homecoming, you got your candy. Where'd you go? You go to C's and you bring a candy. When you had a gift for somebody, you go to C's. My parents grew up going to C's, and we used to go over to the Meadows and get the C's Candy. So it's fantastic. I was filling in for Councilwoman Fiore, who is out in Ward 6, and who opened this up, and it was just great. The gentleman there used to work for Nevada in NV Energy. Now he's the president and CEO of C's Candy. What a great dynamic.
No kidding.
How about that one?
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's great. It's a beautiful store. There was a line.
There's always a line.
When we cut the ribbon cutting, people were saying, so when can we get in? It was a little chilly, a little breezy, but they were there waiting to get into the C's Candy.
It's like that during the holidays. You go to get some C's Candy, and there's a line. Our producer of this show, Sue Levitt, gives out C's Candy at Christmas.
Go.
So
there you go.
Sue, we love you for that.
It was, another thing about a great opening for C's Candy, you get to bring home samples.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, great samples, and they were fantastic. A beautiful store. I think it's going to do great. And it's a great area, great part of town, in a great shopping center has high traffic. I think they're going to do very well.
Yeah, good for them. Well, good to have a new business in town. We always welcome that. And jumping back to Ward 5, Harmony Homes.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking. This is a big deal. This is at Rancho and Vegas.
Yep.
We hear about development on the fringes of the valley, but it's nice to see development taking place, that infill taking place inside the valley.
Infill, and then Harmony Homes is great, local company, long history in Las Vegas. So it's nice to see that a homegrown company is building in Las Vegas, especially once again coming out of the pandemic. We know that there is a housing shortage nowadays, believe it or not, because of the pandemic. You think that people aren't buying homes. Well, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, it's exactly the case.
And we are in a crunch. So we need that. And then also we need it more in the core of the city and in in Ward 5. We have to bring more rooftops into the ward. We want to bring more mixed income housing into the ward, so it'll raise the value of the housing incomes as well as housing values. So this not only is going to provide a need for people to live, but it's going to provide a need to enhance the community as well. So thank you to everyone in Harmony.
Councilman, you're spot on. It's a Rancho in Vegas. I mean, that's very, very central. And from there, you literally get anywhere in the valley in a hurry if you
really
need to,
can.
So that's pretty cool.
Well, that's always been the greatness of living in the core of the city too. 95 is right there, 15's there. If you want to get out to the northwest part of the corridor, you come right out, you take Rancho all the way up, it'll take you all the way out to Ward 6 and all the way out to Mount Charleston. That was how we used to get to Mount Charleston before there was a freeway. They went all the way out there. You actually went on the old highway, which is Rancho, and it took you all the way out to Mount Charleston, and you hung a left. And so it is centrally located. It's great. A lot of amenities around there. And we're just continuing to grow and do more around that area as well.
Councilman, when are they expecting to have the first home turn the key?
Probably about a year or so. And you should go to harmonyhomes.com. I think it's .com, and find a little bit more about the product.
Cool.
The project is called Arcadia. And
that's right.
Arcadia, check it out. I'm sure they are previewing now, and if you want to look for a place to buy, reach out to them. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to talk to you.
Because if you don't, somebody else will, I'm sure, very quickly. And then, Councilman, not too far from that location, the Queen of Arts. This is really cool. The West Las Vegas Arts Center. Some new welcoming statues to really give the place a unique feel, and it just and those are the queen of the arts.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are beautiful and much bigger than I thought. Similar, I didn't think our Welcome to the Historic Westside signs would be as large as well, but they are large, they're beautiful. Thank you to Kevin Orrick, Tom Warden, the entire team at Howard Hughes, who made a substantial donation to the Mayor's Fund for Life in Las Vegas to help us build these wonderful sculptures that are a gateway into the Las Vegas Art Center, the West Las Vegas Art Center. And it is a symbol of just beautification that has taken place. We're also doing a beautification of the street right behind that, Lake Mead.
Right.
That's going to be enhanced. So this is sort of the first phase of that beautification of Lake Mead. And it's just great. I can see people going there, taking pictures in front of it, and really being a symbol of creativity and of excellence and beautification within our ward. So we're very happy with them. Very, very happy.
Mayor's Fund for Life, Councilman, you mentioned that. It's a fund where private donations can be used to fill in areas that the city doesn't have the budget to cover.
Yep.
Things like those projects and a variety of other things. But we didn't have the money to build those or to pay for those on our own or hire to commission an artist to do it. But Howard Hughes stepped in, corporation, and took care of that.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt. And it also, for people who are looking to contribute, it also, you can earmark it towards certain things. So if you want it for the signs, it's great. If you want it for homelessness, if you want it for
A variety of things,
of things, some of our youth programs, you can make a donation towards it, and you can earmark it towards that, and it will go towards that.
Very good. Councilman, I love this too. We're going to shift gears over to baseball. You posted this on Facebook. You said, fantastic opening day of the Bolden Little League. And this was a big deal because you'll have to give everybody some perspective. The Bolden Area Command over in that area town, the Metro police officers, they're an integral part of this league to kind of have more of a relationship with the youth in the area, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Bolden Air Command is fantastic. They are located right in the historic west side of Enterprise Park, and they wanted to find a way a few years back to bridge that gap between police and community.
Right.
There is a stigma throughout the entire country, not just here, about the police are not our friends and that they don't care about the community, which is far from the truth. Each individual area command has something called COP, which is a community officing policing, which they go out in the community and find ways. A couple of captains ago, Captain Plummer and his team at Bolden came up with this concept. They work with community operators and leaders in the community, especially Mario from Mario's Market, Mario Berlenga. He has been integral in getting the league, keeping it up and running. And Captain Yatomi kept it going, and Captain Hank keeps it going now.
Wow.
And so that it's just been great. The league has grown tremendously. Bobby Ellis, thank you to him, who donated the uniforms for the kids. Anthem has been a big sponsor, and others. We made this so significant because last year they canceled the league because of COVID.
Yep.
But also we put a lot of money into the fields. We have redone the fields, revitalized them, making them much nicer. And then once again, through the Mayor's Fund for Life, the fraternity Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yeah, your fraternity, yeah.
My fraternity made a substantial donation.
For the
and we
scoreboard,
opened up two brand new, flipped the switch on two brand new scoreboards this year, which they didn't have before. And they're beautiful. It just rounds out the entire league and all the enhancements we made over at Doolittle Center.
That's pretty great. You're a kid. That's just like nothing better.
It is. And they're beautiful boards, electronic boards.
Yeah, wow.
They're very modern on it. It really is great. And so thank you to them once again, and also thank you to all the other sponsors that sponsor the league.
That's great. Congratulations on that. That's pretty exciting stuff. And speaking of baseball, Miracle League, you threw out the first pitch.
I did. I love the Miracle League.
I see some great form here. Look at this.
I do have
That's
great
a
form.
fastball coming
You know what? And that ball went over the plate. It was a little bit high, but it went over the plate, and the catcher caught it. It was great. So the Miracle League is an organization that the Inglestead Foundation has supported a number of years ago, where they take kids with special needs. They create this baseball league, and they come out, and it is one of the most inspiring things that we do in our entire city. And it actually sparked me to take a look at what do we do as a city in terms of special needs throughout the entire area.
Yeah.
You know, we have about 250,000 people, adults and children, that have some form of special needs. And so if you follow council, about a month ago, we approved some dollars to start planning dollars to create a special adaptive center on the corner of Rancho and Vegas Drive.
That'd be a perfect location.
Oh, you know, I think it will be. And so we're exploring it. A world-class city needs a world-class adaptive services center that
You've talked about that
really caters to those that are in need. And, you know, I always say we're all one step away for potentially needing assistance in some way, shape, or form, whether it's an accident or what have you. And so we need to do it. We've done good as a city, especially down at Dula, and our Parks and Rec team, I think, have done a yeoman's job with the resources that have been available. But now we have to step it up. We have to step it up.
That location is great, too, because it's just north of US 95. It'd be an easy place to get to for no matter where you came.
Easy access off the highway, as well as bus lines are there. And then that location is great because we can incorporate all the city-owned parks around there.
All around
Ed Fountain is there. We have the football fields there. We also have the golf course that's there. And so all of that can be incorporated into our new Adaptive Services Center. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Everybody that I've spoken to loves it. And it's almost one of those things where, you mean we don't already have that?
Yeah, right.
Because you just don't think about it. You think that we do, but we don't. And we need it.
We're on the way.
We are.
We'll take the first step. That's exactly right.
I'm excited about it. Very, very excited about it.
Councilman, you also posted this on Facebook. You said early morning park cleanup and curb painting at Children's Memorial Park at Rainbow and Gowan. And this is great because we love volunteers that come out and help us do this kind of work, because it's just that little extra that just makes the park and the area around it just shine.
You know, it is great. Children's Memorial Park is one of our larger parks out in the ward, Alpha Gowan, Jones, and it is great that we come in. Thank you to Get Outdoors Nevada. Once again, they have gone around and working with not only our ward, but other wards to do micro cleaning and clean up of parks. And you don't really think about the little cigarette butts out of there, the small piece of paper.
They get all
that just
of
kind of
that,
sits there. You know, we come in and we clean and do the massive cleaning, but some of that micro cleaning just sits there for years. And so we go through the park and try to help clean that up, get that micro clean together. Thank you to all the volunteers. And then we also, while we're there, did some curb painting in the community. Thank you to our Batters Included.
Yeah, the kids.
Kids from our youth development, social youth innovation department, that team that was out there. It was great. It's just great to come out, and people really care about their community.
Sure.
This is just one way they can come out and show that they want to keep our community clean.
And again, we just love when people volunteer like that, because to do the micro cleaning, what we mean by that is, like the Councilman said, we go through and get every little bit of paper and trash and plastic bag that gets shoved under a bush and everything else, and get all that stuff picked up. And you just need a lot of hands to do that.
We do.
And a city crew going out there with a few guys at a time just can't get to that level.
No doubt. I always say, you know, the city can't do it all. Any great community is really rooted within the community and the people.
It's true.
And so we're here to assist with that and to lead that charge. But the people have to be the ones that really make the difference.
That's right. And when they roll up their sleeves like that, you just can't help but have pride in your neighborhood.
I love seeing it.
All right. And then, Councilman, some big hearts out there too, not just to get out and clean up parks, but you had some drive-through food distributions. Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. A lot of people struggling right now. Economically, it's been a rough go. And so this kind of thing is just so timely and so helpful for so many people. You know, it is. And thank you to Macedonia for having us. Thank you to, we had our U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen there, our Congressman Horsford, County Commissioner McCurdy, all there lending a hand. It shows you what a great community we live in and what a great state we live in. Here we have a United States Senator and Congressperson in the community helping out, rolling up their sleeves and helping. Our Clark County Commissioner for District D, so big community, big area that are there. Many cities and many states, you really have no idea who your senators are, your congressperson are, your supervisor, congressperson are. And here in our state, you have the ability to get up and close to our elected officials. And I think that's great. You could have come out and talked to a U.S. Senator and express your concerns to whatever you had going on, our congressperson. It's great. And then on top of that,
we gave out a lot of food
Yeah.
to a lot of needy families, and the line was long. It was packed the entire time that we were there, and it just shows, like you said, there's still a lot of need, and we don't judge. You need something.
No. This is a
come, and we're here to help
It's been a rough go. A lot of
It has
people have
been.
been struggling through the pandemic. Work dried up. Sometimes businesses closed down.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a lot of that, and so yeah, people still got to take care of their families. Still got to eat.
They do.
And,
They do. And
so-
it was great. It's such a great feeling to be able to help, and we're going to continue to do more.
Well, case in point, right here, you posted this on Facebook. You said, "Thank you, Councilwoman Diaz,
Yeah.
for your leadership in Ward 3 for organizing the Cesar Chavez food pop-up." Basically the same kind of thing, Councilman, right? This
It
was
is.
to get food to those in need in the community.
And I just want to thank Councilman Diaz for allowing me to come out to Ward 3 and help out. I just wanted to come out and show support. They gave out over 500 meals that day to needy families in the community. And Councilwoman Diaz has a fantastic team that worked to organize this and put it together. All the volunteers and community organizations that were there and the vendors that were there. It's just great. Once again, it shows you that community is the key to creating a great community.
People pull together, especially in time of need.
Yes.
And we see that there's a lot of negative stuff out there. You hear about this and hear about that, but this is the kind of thing that really goes on so often that doesn't seem to get the attention that some of the negative things do.
I agree. Negative voices seem to be the loudest sometimes, but look, we have a lot of beautiful things going on in our community. We have a great community. We have a lot of people that care. We have a great council that cares about community, that really puts community first. I always say when your heart's in the right place, everything else will fall in line. And Las Vegas has the biggest heart, I believe, in the country. And good things are happening in our community despite all of the challenges that we're all face. And our community has really come together, I believe, during this time. And you see it. It's not a Ward 1 against Ward 3 or 5 or 6.
No,
it's a community. It's Las Vegas. What do we have to do to help? Where do we need to be? How can we lend a hand?
Well, and we just saw it right there. That was great.
No doubt.
And then, Councilman, finally, I got to talk about this. The esports, big deal, over at the new Cox Innovation Lab. Which is over on the historic Westside, and what a cool facility here. This is like state-of-the-art, Wi-Fi, high-speed internet to play all kinds of things, including esports. So
I have to tell you, never in my wildest dreams did I think that we'd be hosting esports tournaments within the historic Westside. And that facility, the Cox Innovation Center, at our Strong Future Technology Center is the first phase of our overall workforce development. We just got that $6.9 million EDA grant from the Department of Commerce in conjunction with the College of Southern Nevada. That'll start construction on phase 2, which is going to be a training facility for manufacturing, construction, trades, information technology, as well as healthcare. We are revolutionizing the historic Westside. We're modernizing the historic Westside, and it's just great to see. It almost brings a tear to your ear to see it, because we have been left behind, and here we are pushing forward and leading the charge. So I'm excited. And those esports tournaments, it wasn't our first one. I think it's our second or third one, and they're packed. They're crowded.
Oh, it's a big deal.
They have been well received. And it's just so much fun.
Well, universities now are giving out scholarships.
They
for
are
that
giving out
stuff,
scholarships.
So hey.
No doubt about it. And if you go on the side of the Luxor Hotel, you see the esports that's there. Look, it's here. I'm not sure. I don't play video games. I couldn't tell you where to start for esports, but I tell you what, I know it's big. I know people are doing it, and it's the future of where we are. So,
and you get your start right in the historic Westside if you want to.
Yeah,
so.
maybe I'll start playing some games just so I can participate in the esports tournament.
There you
maybe
go.
I can get an esports tutor to help me out. Maybe I'll find somebody.
That sounds good. You should get a lot of people to help you out on that.
Yeah,
so.
I need an esports coach.
Exactly.
To help me out.
A trainer, just like for anything else.
Yeah.
Well, Councilman, we're just about out of time here, but we want to tell everybody, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilman Crear, you can always find him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. He's really active. You can also just contact him by picking up the phone. We still do that, 702-229-6405, or you can send him an email. His address is ccrear at lasvegasnevada.gov and he or one of his great staff get right back to you. So we're always accessible. That's the idea, you know.
I tell you, I always tell people all the time, I'm easy to find.
right.
I always say, hey, I want to get a hold of you. Well, you know, you just
there you go.
We're here. A lot of different mediums to get a hold of me,
right.
And I do. You know, people want to come down to City Hall, and I think they should. This is their home. They have something to say. Then, you know, please let's hear what you have to say. We love to hear it.
That's what we're here for.
Yes,
That's right.
no doubt.
So, Councilman, great job. We'll see you back here in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 5.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, everyone, don't miss our next show beginning on May 6th with Ward 6 City Councilwoman Michelle Fiore. You can catch all of our KCLV shows now on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.